coming a little late due to the PDP governorship campaign live broadcast from Edo State. My name is Ogechi Paul, and our details. The federal government agencies have provided over 23,000 bags of assorted food and 2,155 bags of shelter supplies to internally displaced camps in the Northeast as part of the ongoing initiatives at ameliorating the plight of IDPs. Under the Coordinated Federal Government Intervention Program, the Presidential Initiative on Northeast and NEMA are leading the humanitarian aid with the distribution of 10,300 bags of assorted grains and cereals towards feeding over 2 million persons scattered across the region. Government has also deployed medical teams from the Federal Ministry of Health and Nigeria Air Force to assist in support mission for nutrition emergency response. A statement by the Senior Special Assistant in the Office of the Vice President, Laolu Akonde, says 9 local government areas of Bama, Damboa, Bakassi, Dikwa, Mangonu, Mafa, Jere, Banki, and Goza in Borno states are beneficiaries. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, has continued to provide assistance to millions of conflict-affected children in the Northeast, despite the attack on a humanitarian convoy that injured one of its staff. A statement by UNICEF Chief of Communication, Dawn Porter, says even though traveling by United Nations staff to the high-risk areas has been temporarily suspended, they are working at full strength in Borno State capital, Maiduguri. The UNICEF Nigeria representative, Jean Goff, is reported to have continued to call for increased effort to reach people in desperate need across the state and quoted to say, "We cannot let this heartless attack divert any of us from reaching the more than 2 million people who are in dire need of immediate humanitarian assistance." End of quote. According to the statement, UNICEF has provided 200,000 people with health services and treated 56,000 children for malnutrition in the 3 conflict-affected states of the Northeast. It attained the current tempo of the fight for full restoration of peace in the Northeast. President Buhari said this in a message to the troops in the theater of operation in the Northeast, delivered by Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai. Defense correspondent Mohammed Abdul Kadri reports.
Remnants of the Boko Haram terrorists, troops of the Nigerian Army Special Forces in Buniyadi, Yobe State, displayed and demonstrated firepower of the newly assembled equipment in readiness to be inducted into the theater.
Says all government agencies expected to immediately comply with the directive, which is in recognition of the lean financial resources and huge national infrastructural deficit. He says government, after careful analysis, concluded that souvenirs and conference bags were luxuries that the government must eliminate to release funds for critical services.
Market. And it is only expected that you would find that level of volatility or cyclical movement of the currency in any market.
What supports a currency? Currency is supported by productivity as well as efficiency. The Nigerian economy is neither efficient nor productive. So what do you expect the Naira to be exchanging for? I don't understand.
On the other hand, President Association of Bureau of Change Operators of Nigeria, Aminu Gwadabe, says these policies require regulation, cooperation and harmonization among operators.
Be to refund over 1.5 billion naira on lawful deductions to Bauchi State government. The order followed conclusion of investigation into a petition to the council by the Bauchi State government that it was shortchanged by the FCMB with close to $1 billion naira excess interest and other charges in its loan account with the bank. The council also found out that apart from the arbitrary and expressive interest charges, the substantial part of the unlawful deductions was made from the principal loan payment. According to the council, this order is in line with its functions to provide redress for unscrupulous explanation of consumers by companies, firms, trade associations, or individuals under Section 2 of the Consumer Protection Council Act of the Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004. Director General of the Council, Mrs. Dukwe Toki, urged Nigerian banks to realize that their customers, either corporate or individual symbolize the essence of their existence and therefore should exhibit high level of professionalism and ethical practice when dealing with customers. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mohammed Musa Bello, has charged the Buhari Area Council Administration to make Kubwa Road environs conducive for the operations of the newly inaugurated Abuja-Kaduna Railway. Mitarik Ben has that report.
The FCT minister during the inspection tour of the Kubwa rail station said communities playing host to the train stations in Idu and Kubwa must maintain a clean environment that will encourage investors and businesses that will spring up around the stations. The minister specifically directed the Buhari Area Council chairman to beautify the Kubwa train station by planting attractive trees around the environment in order to leave an aesthetic impression on visitors coming to Abuja by rail.
And then you are going to get a lot of revenue and employment. But you have to work seriously to make the environment conducive for those who would like to use this place.
The Buhari Council chairman, Musa Diko, promised to mobilize the surrounding communities to effect the minister's directive.
These measures, of course, are issues we have to take very seriously.
The FCT minister is optimistic that the ongoing Abuja rail
to the flow of foreign investment into Nigeria.
I'm very happy about what I heard here today, because I think that coincides with the general trend that we are observing as a German business community.
We intend to come in a large scale into Nigeria.
The Business Forum from Potsdam, Germany. I am Teresa Wabalba, NTA News.
Governor Mbode of Lagos State and voters card. Demolai in Lagos is ready with what the governor has to say regarding this. Hello, Demola, it's over to you.
Hello, Gechi. Good afternoon and welcome to Lagos. A few years ago, the use of crash helmet by commercial motorcyclists was enforced by the Lagos State government. The level of compliance was quite impressive at that time. Presently, investigations reveal that virtually all motorcyclists and their passengers no longer wear the protective helmet. Rotimi Oluwagbemi reports that attempts to speak to the relevant agencies on this development were unsuccessful.
When the use of crash helmets by motorcyclists was enforced in 2012, it was primarily to reduce the impact to head injury when accidents occur in traffic. The motorcyclists and their passengers complied as implementation was
malady bedeviling the country. Muhammad Rabiu Ali reports that the prayer was held at the Sheikh Ahmad Tijani Mosque, Kofar Mata, Kano.
That was the recitation of a Holy Quran, marking the beginning of prayer session, as religious scholars, Quranic reciters and businessmen across the state supplicate for the success of the Buhari administration. Sheikh Nasser Adam, who led the prayers, enjoined Nigerians to come together as one nation so as to overcome economic difficulties and compete favorably with other developed countries. Sheikh Adam says President Muhammad Buhari cannot
says for Nigeria's economy to experience the needed rapid growth in the nearest future, job creation, especially through entrepreneurship, must be a priority. He was speaking in an interview with NTA News on the recent visit of the Iranian investors delegation led by its Foreign Affairs Minister to Nigeria. Justin Bem Unyi reports.
It would be recalled that a special envoy from the to be carried out here in Nigeria.
Companies and entrepreneurship will contribute for job creation in Nigeria. We intend to convey our experiences in the various industrial areas to Nigeria.
He, however, said that the enabling environment has to be created for the investment to thrive. Justin Bem Unyi, NTA News.
Our next report is the African Media Roundtable Initiative a coalition of media and civil society organizations in Nigeria, which is urging Nigerians to exercise restraint and desist from heating up the polity and media trial of the legislature. The executive director of the organization, Omodebi Adeyemi, said that these are at a media chat in Abuja. Ifeanyi Ezumba reports.
The allegation of budget padding by the executives of the House of Representatives has been raising comments across the country. To this end, the African Media Roundtable Initiative seeks to draw attention of Nigerians to its effect on the nation.
Democracy, as being represented by the institution of the legislature, has been on serious trial since the beginning of the 8th National Assembly, and it portends a great danger on the survival of democracy.
The executive director of the organization also urged lawmakers who feel an offense has been committed to go to court and get judiciary interpretation. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Ezumba, NTA News.
The political tussle between Zamfara State Governor Abdulaziz Yari and members of the State Assembly has been resolved. This followed a reconciliatory meeting jointly convened by the Zamfara State Caucus of the APC and the State Council of Chiefs. Jamilu Ibrahim has more.
The political crisis between Zamfara State Governor Abdulaziz Yari and members of the State House of Assembly, which became public barely 2 weeks ago, had suddenly changed the hitherto peaceful political atmosphere of the state. The crisis resulted in the closure of the State House of Assembly complex by the police to ostensibly forestall possible breakdown of law and order.
We are the best for this nation. Our aspirations should be to put this country first, and together we shall make progress.
If we don't believe in our own country, nobody will believe in our own country. So we must make sure that we continue with the trajectory. We don't want to make a mistake of the past.
Roadmap to future for children aged 8 to 18 years and school teachers. Dates: August 24th to September 2nd, 2016, Abuja.
Kids will be taught on how to code, design and build mobile and desktop apps.
For registration and
the leadership of this country pray for the civil service, and we have promised today that the civil service, given this fresh awakening, will move with the change agenda of this administration.
There are over 1 million federal civil servants in Nigeria contributing their quota to national developments. In Abuja, Adebola Brooksland Sunday, NTA News.
Joining Joy's Network Center now is Plateau State Government sets up inter-communal dialogue. Details with Caleb. Hello, Caleb.
Hello. How many of us have become richer or have been promoted or received awards because we taught other people?
Issues of chairmanship, land ownership, traditional institutions, they are very, very important, but life is more important, to live so that the traditional ruler will rule over our subjects.
Senior advisor and lead mediator of the NGO, Alice Nderitu, said the exercise, which will involve an extensive dialogue process, will at the end of the day culminate in the roadmap at the end of the 6 months exercise.
You need to know that peace building is a long process, but we will get there slowly, and that there will be many people who will be telling you that it is not possible. They are called spoilers.
Goodwill messages came from the chairman, Shandam Local Government Area, the Bongwom Jos, the Director General, Plateau Peacebuilding Agency, representative of communities in Southern Zone, women groups and civil society, among others. From Shandam Local Government Area, Paul Dama, NTA News.
The National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, NIPSS, has appealed for more funding from the federal government to enable it carry out its assigned responsibilities. Acting Director General of the Institute, Mr. Jonathan Juma, made the call when members of the House of Representatives Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs visited the Institute. Abba Abubakar Yakubu reports.
This is the first time members of the committee are visiting NIPSS since the responsibility of overseeing the activities of the National Institute shifted from Abubakar Yakubu, NTA News.
And that's it from Jos. We rejoin Ogechi in Abuja.
Caleb from Jos there. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has launched an electronic platform on seeds to check the distribution and sales of substandard inputs to farmers across the region. The system is expected to be adopted by other West African countries in order to improve the dissemination of information. Mustafa Aliyu has more.
The initiative to introduce an electronic seed platform for the production, supply and marketing of seeds across West African region is based on the concerns over proliferation of fake and substandard inputs in the region. Assessments carried out by the ECOWAS seed sector reveals that most countries lack enough and strong policy on seed regulation, marketing, and information on the demand and supply. In order to address these challenges, therefore, Economic of West African States, with the support of the United States Agency for International Development, introduced a system that will track and provide information on the quality of seeds before it gets to the end users.
Our belief that Nigeria has capacity to supply over 65% of seed needs of farmers in West Africa to increase productivity, create wealth, job, and food security in the sub-region.
Not only the literate farmers.
And turn around things for folks.
Special Advisor to the President on Niger Delta Affairs and Coordinator, Presidential Amnesty Program, Brigadier General Paul Borough, who gave automatic employment to the first-class graduates, expressed joy at the success story of the program.
Allocation and Fiscal Commission this morning shut the gate of the office to staff in protest over non-payment of salaries and allowances. Timothy Yusuf was at the scene and came back with this report.
Captain Sunday Aminu, who is head of the Security Commissioners, has worked in the commission for 18 years. He said they have remained peaceful but had to take the decision to press home their demands after exhausting all avenues of negotiations.
Of recent, they paid 37,000 naira minimum to each and every staff here for their bonus, but we were exempted out. It's only our salary to pay it become a problem. They will owe us 4 months.
Fowl meeting with the participating athletes commended them for qualifying the nation to participate in the Global Sports Fiesta. He assured them that the ministry would implement the directive of President Muhammadu Buhari to prioritize their welfare.
Mr. President has directed that we must take care of the people. We are happy with you, and Nigeria is happy with you. The challenges you will have, all of us will have the challenges together. We will provide solutions.